So, Henry, the 1970s tagline for Superman was "You'll really believe a man can fly."
Mm-hmm.
Would this one be "You really believe"?
Yeah.
End of.
It's kind of that simple. We set it in a real world setting, and so it just makes it somehow easier to believe. Because of the reality of situations, nothing's taken for granted. We don't just say, oh yeah, there's an invulnerable alien living amongst us and he saves people and flies around and wears a costume. It explains a lot. I mean, there's still a suspension of disbelief, absolutely, but it just makes it easier to take that step.
Suddenly Superman makes sense, and before you didn't really think about it, I don't think. I mean, I'm a fat Superman fan, but suddenly you're like, oh yeah, okay, he's an alien, he's on another planet. Was that important to you with this reboot to have a believable story?
It was important to all of us, really, and just to make it easier to associate with and to take people on that emotional journey. Without those explanations, it's just kind of like a kooky fantasy story.
It's kind of like just a guy in pants flying about.
Right, which under normal circumstances would be a little odd.
Well, yeah. What was that moment like for you? I can't say when you stepped into the red pants because you didn't.
No.
They're two 70s and 80s for us now, apparently. I missed the pants, though. Were you pleased that you weren't stepping into those pants?
Well, I mean, when that costume was created initially, it was, in an era where Victorian and circus strongmen were very prevalent. So nowadays they're not so much. And for a new generation growing up, who have not seen Superman before, to see a chap wearing his underwear on the outside might be a little odd. And it's as much for the new generation as it is for the older generation. And so I think it was important to have an evolution of the suit. And this is an alien technology. It's not something that Martha put together. So it's a very different thing.
Did you have a little sneaky look in the mirror when you had it all on? Big S on your chest?
Every day.
Yeah,
every day.
This is brilliant.
Yeah, every day.
Literally every day.
Literally, well, I mean, when you put it on in the morning anyway, you there's always going to be a mirror there. But yes, you do. It's one of those special things. When you're getting into a Superman outfit every morning, you want to relish every moment, really.
And you're acting alongside Russell Crowe, and it was a nice bit of karma, a bit of full circle with you guys. Did he remember you, do you think?
Genuinely, yes. I was expecting not. That's why I didn't ask him for about 4 weeks, because I didn't want to put him on the spot and embarrass him and have him, embarrassingly lie to my face and me realise it.
Because it's when you're a kid, if people haven't known the story at school, isn't it?
Yeah. I met him when I was a kid in boarding school at 16, and he gave me a photograph without me asking for it, which was very, very generous out of the goodness of his own heart. And so I met him 12 years later on set, and I didn't ask him for 4 weeks. So I thought, he's not going to remember that kid from 12 years ago, not a chance. But sure enough, he was asking the trainer who we were training with, saying, where do I recognise that guy from? And Mark knew the story. He just didn't want to say anything to Russell. And eventually I walked up and he went, I knew I recognised you from somewhere. And sure enough, he genuinely did.
Have you still got the picture?
I do, yeah. It's back home in Jersey.
Did you get to sign him again?
No, that's just an original. It's going to stay as it is.
This is set up for a sequel. We see the Clark Kent in the glasses,
right,
and the Daily Planet. I'm guessing there's going to be a sequel. What about a Justice League movie, or do you think that's much further down the line?
Well, I don't know if there is a sequel or not, and I think a Justice League movie should be further down the line. I think it's very important to get that right, to explain that many godlike characters existing in this real-world setting would be tricky, and I think it should be, dealt with delicately.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you very much.